I thought I'd start this video off with a bang. Hello, everybody. My name is Ray. Welcome to the Evangelical Dark Web. Today, we'll be talking about the destruction of the Satanic Georgia Guidestones. Now, I'm not against smashing idols, and this idol in particular was a Georgia state monument. So it was a monument, it was publicly funded, and it's highly occultic, if not outright demonic in terms of its messaging. We're going to read over the 10 commandments that are inscribed on these 4 tablets. There are 6 stones total that make up the Georgia Guidestones, and there are 4 stones that go off in each of the directions, north, south, east, and west. And they have 10 commandments inscribed in 8 different languages. So, and the 10 commandments are pretty interesting. Now, the history of these guidestones is that, a mysterious man financed the endeavor. So we don't know who was behind or who or what was behind the erection of the Georgia Guidestones. And then shortly after their unveiling, they became a state entity. And by state, I mean they became government property. So the government would then maintain the Georgia Guidestones for the rest of their duration until recently, when they were not only attacked with an explosive device of some kind, but then they were subsequently demolished. And we are thankful that the crew afterwards demolished the remaining Georgia Guidestones because of safety concerns. But for the safety concerns, we're thankful. We can thank you publicly on YouTube for demolishing the rest of the Georgia Guidestones for safety concerns. So let's actually read the 10 commandments that are inscribed on the Satanic Georgia Guidestones. Number 1, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Now, this sounds like a depopulation agenda, and it sounds like a depopulation agenda because it is a depopulation agenda. Now, there are some theories that this is more eschatological, like humanity's been wiped out, and these Georgia Guidestones are meant to guide the remnant of humanity. And in so guiding humanity's second chance, they promote the idea of population control. Now, plank number 2 on this the Satanic or 10 Commandments of the Illuminati is what I've heard thrown around the internet. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. So guiding reproduction, that is a euphemism in many interpretations of eugenics. It is a euphemism for controlling who gets to reproduce. It is a euphemism for sterilizing the undesirables. And while it specifies fitness, which could be broadly interpreted, and diversity, which could also be meant to say that, too many white people in the pot could be meant to promote genocide. We're not off to a good start with the 10 Commandments of the Illuminati. Unite humanity with a living new language. So that's talking about one world language. Humanity hasn't had one world language since Genesis 11, I believe, with the Tower of Babel. And it was God who confused mankind's language. So the diversity in language that we see is actually a gift from God. Kind of a punishment as well, but also a gift from God. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. So I guess it's the idea that we can kind of outsmart these things. We can outsmart passion. We can outsmart faith. We can outsmart tradition with tempered reason. Good luck with that. Could be seen as very utilitarian. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Again, I have no real issue with that. I'm not really a believer in protecting nations with fair laws and just courts, because we'll see below. Number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. So one world government here. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Okay. No real objection to that. Number 8, balance personal rights with social duties. So obviously there is some truth that in the American tradition, rights and responsibilities are very correlated. For instance, when the founding fathers founded this country, voting was not a right. It was more considered a duty, and it came with duties. It came with the idea of signing up for a draft. It came with the idea of, participating in volunteer fire departments and bucket brigades and stuff like that. So voting largely became seen as more of a right rather than a responsibility as a result of several suffrage movements. But I don't think that's what we're talking about. What we're really talking about is you need to lock down for your own good. You need to give up your guns so that tragedy X doesn't happen again. That's what we're talking about. For the greater good, utilitarianism. That's what we're talking about here. Number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And there's a lot of environmentalism here, and I'll get into why environmentalism is a grossly unbiblical worldview in a second. With number 10, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. And this is inscribed in 7 other languages on the stone. So environmentalism is wrong because environmentalism presupposes that man exists for nature, not nature existing for mankind. The Bible teaches that in Genesis 2 that creation exists for mankind. We are the prized creation. We are created in the image of God. We are created for the glory of God. And the earth is under our dominion, which is a real privilege as well as a responsibility. But let's not mistake the order of operations here. God created the earth for us. The earth exists for us and all of its resources. We do not exist for the earth, and that is the pivotal error of environmentalism. Again, I'm not going to grieve that the fact that these 6 satanic stones were destroyed. And the government should not be sponsoring satanic monuments that undermine our nation's history, that undermine our nation's culture, and it's most specifically call for depopulation and eugenics. These are not things that our government should be building, or in this case, preserving monuments to. So that's really all I got to say about that. My name is Ray. This is the Evangelical Dark Web. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. Also check out evangelicaldarkweb.org. We have a Patreon-like system at evangelicaldarkweb.org/join. You can support Evangelical Dark Web for as little as $5 a month to help keep the lights on the site and other things. Have a blessed day, and I will catch you on the next one.